Euphoria.
Giant Fang remastered. It's the best thing ever made. Ginger Melon. Are you just gonna troll?
Get some clappers for Ray Guns actually talking about first. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I feel like you're expecting an answer from me that I'm not.
So thank you for giving it.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper. Nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house like I'm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody back to yet another amazing episode, or I guess it might be amazing, but of the Hot Takes Unpopular Opinions Call of Duty Zombies series. We have yet another great guest. You already know if you've seen the tweet. You already know. It's the man Jolts himself, the one with the useless information. Say hello, Jolts.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for watching the video. Thank you, Legend, for having me on.
Of course.
Big fan of hot takes. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Big fan. We love hot takes, right?
Yes, we
love
do.
We love disagreeing. There's one thing that our community does best, and it's argue about pixels on a screen. And
Describes us to a T.
What I'll do first for you guys that didn't see the tweet, we'll read it off real quickly. Basically, give me your hot takes about Easter eggs. Could be old school, could be new school, it could be a main quest, it could be a side Easter egg. Anything around that sort of idea is completely cool. If you guys want to be a part of yet another hot take video, after this one releases, we'll have a tweet out for the next question. I don't know what that is yet. Go follow the Twitter and figure that out. And go check out Jolts too, because he was so kind enough to come over here on our video. But, you know, first take, because you are the guest, Jolts, we'll have you read it off. All right, we'll have you read it off, the first take here. It looks like it's coming in from Grease Grab. Love the name. Love the name. See what he says.
Yes, great name. Grease Crab says, Easter eggs have done more harm than good in the zombies formula. Yes, Easter egg endings like boss fights and cutscenes are cool, but it started to infect the core gameplay like Pack-a-Punch and other required items. Dead of the Night is the worst example of this. Okay, so you know what? I do disagree with him, but he is kind of cooking here.
Like, explain. Like, give me, what do you mean by harm? Because I think that it is good to have a simplistic setup, right? Like, you know, something like a Derice, where you go do 3 things Pack-a-Punch, right? And then I like it when your Easter egg is more complex, personally. So do you think that that's what he wants to see, is that simplicity in the early rounds, and he thinks that now it's getting too complicated?
I think what he's trying to say is that Easter eggs are cool as their own thing, but whenever it starts like Dead of the Night or Origins, we need to do 10 things to unlock Pack-a-Punch or turn on the power switch, that's taking it too far. And yeah, I can agree with that. I don't mind maps like Dead of the Night, but I can understand if you would hate it.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's good examples and there's bad examples. Like, I think a map like Mob, right? Afterlife system is a feature that's so in the Easter egg and in the setup, but it's also integrated in just the core gameplay itself really well. And I think that's a system that, yeah, it's complex, but it also helps the player. I mean, you get a bunch of your own revives and stuff like that. So I think that's an example of a good thing. But yeah, in a map like Dead of the Night where you got to go to the crystals, I think that's a great idea as well, where it's kind of like, maybe it can get a little overbearing, a little too much. So you know what? Not a bad take. We're starting off okay. Just a little fun thing I'm going to throw in here. Dead of the Night is actually my least favorite map of all time. Fucking can't stand it. And to really describe the way that I feel about it, I'm just going to use this sound bit from a great written character.
Madam Marella, world-famous spiritualist, queen of the great beyond. Don't sell me a dog, girl. Is Marella really your name?
We got it from Dr. Blur. Shido Numa Reborn isn't as good as it made out to be. Did you even... Jolts, did you even play Vanguard?
I did one time.
Oh, yeah.
Literally one time.
Yeah, let's... Thank you for the hot take, Dr. Blur. Next up...
Moving on. Goodbye.
Next up, we'll have Caleb on this one. Real answer this week, thank you, because all he's been posting is just dumb shit. I think impulse codes are the worst form of EE that exists. I mean, Rushmore, Alpha, Omega type of impulse code. I'd rather snap my dick in half than endure putting in codes on Solo and Alpha Omega. It seems like you have a bit of an issue with Alpha Omega in particular, but I will agree that I hate the... Hey man, go get a crawler while I have to do this huge input code step. I can agree with that. I feel like that's a bit tedious. I don't hate the take.
And what makes it even worse is on Alpha Omega, or this goes for all of BO4, you can't make crawlers. So
yeah,
you just super sprinting zombie on you while you're trying to input numbers.
Exactly.
Good design, Trey.
Yeah,
Good
you know
design.
what? Morse code, dude. No, but like that's the thing. Alpha Omega, just as a map itself, I know this has nothing to Easter egg, but it just has so many reused things we've already seen before. The whole Rushmore system was done before Alpha Omega, so it's like codes like I always love the Easter egg steps where it really matches the gameplay. Like they're kind of combined together. And I know soul boxes and lockdown steps are like the vanilla Easter egg, but the reason they're vanilla is because they work. Like they're not fun to do. And when you get into these more puzzles are okay. I like when there's puzzles, but I'd rather have it sort of like a Garage Grovey bomb step puzzle where you have to interact with the map without it you just standing in one spot, rather than it be okay. I gotta input this code to open this thing, to get this picture to input this code, and it's like. That at that point it gets a little much, in my opinion.
Yeah, and one thing I think would make it better is if they made it to where while you're inputting the code or doing whatever stupid step it is, the zombies ignore you.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
for sure.
I don't know if you played Mauer or Toten, but when you unlock the Wonder Weapon on that map, the zombies straight up don't go for you.
That's
So you can take as long as you need to figure it out.
I think that's
how it
amazing.
should be in every map.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I love in Mauer because that's my favorite map on Cold War. I don't know if it is yours, but I love the little cutscene where you pull the eye out, things like that. That whole room in general, when you open up that safe, yeah, the zombies don't even go for you. I think Cold War did, even though the Easter eggs are too easy, I think it did a really good job at when you are doing the Easter egg, focusing on the actual puzzle itself and not having you have to turn around every 2 seconds or throw a monkey bomb or pop it in plain sight. You know what I mean? I think that Cold War did that really well. Jolts, will have you read this one out because I think you'll like the beginning a lot.
Oh, Chuck. Oh, Chuck. Okay, so Chuck says, first off, Blood has a terrible egg, Jolt. You know what, Chuck? Skill issue.
He's terrible at
Moving
zombies.
on.
He's definitely not a speedrunner. He's terrible, so.
Nope. Huge skill issue. For real, though, Mauer is overrated. People only think it's as good as it is because of how disappointed the Cold War eggs are. That in comparison... Oh, sorry, I lost my spot. It feels that Mauer is a godsend. Not that it's bad, it's just not that good.
I disagree. What do you think?
Yeah, you were just saying you're a big Mauer fan.
Yeah.
I think it's an okay map. Here's another hot take, doesn't have anything Easter egg related, but I think Forsaken's a more enjoyable and more replayable map than Mauer. But that's just me.
Oh, okay. That's the hottest take so far, I think. Oh
Dude,
my goodness.
I told you, I'm the hot take machine.
No,
Hot take machine.
Dude, I love Mauer. I think people say Mauer's overrated. I don't think people are talking about Mauer's a top 5 Easter egg ever. I think it's generally just known as a good egg. And I don't think that it's like, I don't know, saying Mauer's overrated is kind of hurts the soul. I love that map.
It's a solid Easter egg, but I just wish the boss fight was a little more complicated because
You know
once
what?
you figure
I
out
agree.
that you can just sit in a corner with Ring of Fire, it's not that fun of a boss fight.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree. I like the idea of going to different rooms on the map. I know
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of people
that's a
wanted,
great idea.
I know a lot of people wanted like a boss fight arena, kind of like we got in Forsaken. And I'm not saying the Mauer boss fight's better than Forsaken, but I like the idea of constantly moving and having just for like 10 seconds, barely any time between different spots. I think that's really cool. But overall, as an egg, there's no steps on that egg where I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta do this. This is annoying. Or this is just tedious to do. Like, I never really feel that way when I'm playing Mauer.
Yeah, like the step where you gotta get Klaus to stop the train, that's a great step.
Yeah, I love that
The
step.
step
Yeah.
where you gotta crash to whatever that rock thing is, uranium, I don't know.
Oh yeah, the uranium.
when
Yeah.
you gotta do that. Yeah, that's a good step.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
agree.
definitely not one of the best ever, but I wouldn't call it bad.
Yeah, I think it is one of the best, one of the better eggs. I'd even put it like top 10 Easter egg, top 8 Easter egg. I really like it. But saying it's bad, come on. Come on, Chuck, let's lock in. All
I
right,
mean,
Luke-
this is from a person that thinks Blood has a terrible egg. What more can
yeah.
you expect?
Anyways, to Lucario. Shaolin Shuffle has arguably the best Easter egg reward. Okay, it says reward. Oh, woo! All right, best Easter egg reward out of any
word in that
map.
sentence.
Yeah, that's a very ayo. I love escort rats. I love that. Upon beating the Easter egg for the first time, you gain access to the Katana wall buy, and completing the Easter egg at any game will allow you to buy it for free instead of 10k. Much better than a one-time perka or fancy exfil. I think that Easter eggs that end the map, like the cutscene plays and the map's over, I wish that wasn't a thing. I wish you could just go back and play. Even if it doesn't make sense story-wise. Who cares? Just let me go back and play
You
it.
sunk the Titanic and Voyage. Who cares?
You blow up the whole base
right?
of D-Machine? Hey, we right back there. But Shaolin, so I was never a big IW player, but I'm pretty sure, doesn't Mephistopheles give you access to the whole, what's that thing called in IW?
Director's cut?
Director's cut. Doesn't that give you director's cut?
Yes.
So that's a pretty great reward.
Yeah, Lucario, you're kind of wrong on this one.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a good reward for Shaolin. I agree. That's a good reward. But the best reward ever, I mean, director's cut's the whole thing.
Okay, this is my BO4 fanboy coming out. Maybe you could say the free door Easter egg that you get. Maybe.
Okay.
But outside of that, no.
Yeah, I don't
Shaolin
really.
probably does have the best Easter egg reward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really familiar. Like, a lot of the older games, he's right. It's just Perkaholic or, like, a cutscene, especially even up to, like, BO3. And then BO4, a lot of the maps, yeah, it's just cutscene. Like, 9 is cutscene.
Every Easter egg after Revelations ends the game. When you get the
really?
cutscene. Yep.
Oh, what a terrible feature. Treyarch! Oh, dude, what are you doing? Anyways, thank you so much, Lucario, for the hot take. Do appreciate it. Next one, you know what? Jones, have you read this one out for the crew.
Fall Cake says, I prefer the more hand-holding Easter eggs in Cold War over the long and tedious Easter eggs in BO3 and BO4.
Oh, yeah, still, bro.
Also, every Easter egg should have an in-game reward rather than just seeing a cutscene.
We got two hot takes here.
We were just talking about that last part.
Yeah.
And yes, we agree with that.
Yeah, we agree.
The game should not end for beating the Easter egg. You want people to do the Easter egg so much, don't end the fucking game.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
No, don't end the fucking game. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
But the first take.
Yeah,
The big
you lost
sigh.
me there.
Yeah, you lost me. What? Another what the fuck? Like.
And I literally just spent the past week and a half grinding my ass off on Outbreak and Cold War, trying to like get all the part locations because I just made an updated guide for it. And even that Easter egg, everyone says it's by far the hardest Easter egg in Cold War. It's still not even that like.
We're
fun,
talking about
really.
the first one, right? The first Outbreak Easter egg?
Yes.
Okay,
Not that stupid order crap.
I feel like the only difficult thing about that Easter egg is the boss fight, if you want to call that difficult. Just because you can die pretty easily. 7 out of 8 Easter eggs on BO4 is better than that Easter egg on Outbreak. The only one I would say is worse is Voyage.
Which one's worse?
Just Voyage.
Okay.
But I like the Voyage boss fight. But it's like...
That's good.
But it's like... That whole game, you about to get pissed off? I said blood.
Yeah. I had to make sure.
I'm not a big blood fan, but it's better than Outbreaks, like egg. But yeah, I gotta disagree. I think maybe you do like a World War II thing where you have that notebook Easter egg and then you have the difficult one. I don't know why Treyarch hasn't done that again, especially on a launch map. I feel like that would work. Like I feel like on D Machine it would work great.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because everyone, ever since Cold War, Easter eggs have been the topic of conversation. Should they be too easy, or should they be easy? Should they be hard? Are they too easy? Were they too hard? People fall everywhere in the argument. Just make an easy quest and a hard quest, casual and a hardcore.
Like
that'd be a good way to end the discussion.
100%. Anyways, thank you so much for the hot take. We agree with half of it. We gave you 50%.
Yes.
But we'll go up to Jehovah's Witness here, who says Zetsubo Oshima's reward for beating the Easter egg isn't the gate worm or achievement. It's the elevator, and that's good. Wow.
Yo, he's spitting. He's spitting. Jehovah's Witness spitting.
To be fair, it makes around 100 on that game way easier. A lot more fun, too, in my opinion. Love the round 100 there.
And not even because of just how easy the strat is down there at the bottom of the elevator, but it's just a really cool looking area.
It's like, fun.
Yeah. And it's not even just a camping spot either. It has a really good training spot too.
Yeah, 100%. And the Masamune
really
looks great
is
there.
The Easter egg reward. That's crazy.
I've never thought of that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get Perkaholic too. I'm pretty sure you do get that. in Zetsubo. I might be wrong. Or do you? Actually, I don't think you
I'm
do.
pretty sure
Actually,
you do.
I don't
But
know.
you don't?
Either way, I would
Yeah,
agree
either way.
that yes, the reward is the elevator, and it makes doing the Easter egg kind of a part of the Route 100 strategy, and that's kind of cool. Like we said after you do the Easter egg, you said any map after Revelations, you do the Easter egg, it's over, and yeah, that's true. In a map like Zetsubo, you do the Easter egg, it's done, then you continue playing the map, and you have this whole new area that you can use for multiple different strategies, no matter your playstyle. That's awesome. I think that's a great feature, and I hope more maps do that. It would be awesome. For example, how cool would it be for, like, let's say you do the Ancient Evil Easter egg. After you're done with that, you now can play just the game normally in those like floating island sort of section of that
that'd
map.
be so good.
That would be amazing.
That'd be
so
great.
sick. So
It
yeah.
really does boggle my mind that they never did that again.
yeah,
That's insane. Like, I know technically you can use anywhere but here to get back in the garage boss fight after you beat it, but like, still.
yeah, that doesn't count. That's a glitch.
This should be a staple in every
100%.
single Easter egg.
I understand when they don't do it on a map like Alpha Omega. You nuked the whole map. I get it.
Yeah.
When it's a map, even though that cutscene, they're literally in a garage just standing outside, but we talk about that. When it's a map like 9, you should be able to play the map even after the Medusa cutscene. Like, you should be able to play the map, in my opinion. That's just what I think. And I think Jolt agrees with this, and I think this is a really good take. We're getting off topic. We'll get back on to Zetsubo. I think Jehovah's Witness is right. I think this is a good take, actually.
Yes.
And I don't
Very
think,
good
I've
take.
never thought of that before.
Yeah.
So,
Neither have I. And like I said, that's just crazy. Map's been out for almost a decade. Just thought about it now.
yeah. We'll go to Scotty Dogs. Jolt will see what Scotty Dogs says here. This is Speedrunner,
Alright.
so we're about to see Speedrunner perspective.
Okay. All right, let's read this. He says, RNG and Easter egg steps is healthy.
Ooh.
Pretty spicy already.
Yeah.
In a casual sense, different outcomes can lead to more replayability, and in a speedrun sense, those different outcomes are time save / loss, making for a more interesting Easter egg to run. A nice balance is amazing, and the best maps have that down. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with this too.
RNG is healthy. What, like, give me an example of a map that you think does RNG well in an Easter egg.
All right, so there's this map. I don't know if you heard about
Oh
it.
no, I'm standing up. I'm standing up.
It's called Blood of the Dead. All right, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
After you get off that terrible bird step, you're with me so far, right?
Yeah. That's
After you get off
a
the
good
terrible
start.
bird step,
That's a good start.
there's 5 challenges across the map you have to beat.
Yes.
And you can get them in any order. So
Yeah.
You can do the spawn challenges first or the spawn challenges last.
Mm-hmm.
And in a speedrun sense, I speedrun that map time to time.
Yeah.
If you get one
Just
of
a
the spawn
record holder
challenges
here,
last,
From time to time.
that's going to save you like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Versus if you get the last challenge at docks, your run's dead.
Mm.
Just little things like that. And in Scotty Dog's case, like Origins, when you
The foot? The robot foot?
Yes, that footstep on Rainfire.
Step 3!
I don't agree with that.
Oh.
The more I think about it, not in that case. It needs to come back though.
Yeah,
Just don't
a
make it
healthy
like
amount. Yeah, no mood. No mood. All right, next one. Thank you, Scotty Dogs. Next one is from somebody that I always think has pretty good takes. We got Expert Fusion here. He says, I really enjoy the very complex puzzle steps on some map. Stuff like Morse code is generally fun to do. All right, we just had literally the exact opposite for 20 minutes talking about this. The problem is that the mode doesn't ever give you moments of peace, and holding a crawler is nearly
Yes.
impossible on some maps, which takes away from how fun it could be. You know what?
Yes,
Just round of applause.
Fusion.
Just round of applause. Wow. Yes. 100%.
At W.
What a W.
Gigantic W.
Dude, I agree. Do you think that people would hate the blood Morse code step as much if when you did open and go into that room, zombies wouldn't attack you? Like when you started the step?
Probably.
Do you think people still would hate
It
it?
would help.
I don't
They
know
would
if people would
probably
hate
hate
it.
it.
I don't know if people would hate it.
Some people in this community are just dead set against Morse code and puzzles
Yeah.
in general. So,
Yeah.
like, some people are going to hate it no matter what.
The thing is,
But
people
it would
be
definitely
like-
make it better.
It would, and people would be like, yeah, fucked up Morse code step, but then be like, yo, that code step on the orange staff, yo, that shit was awesome. Like,
I love
So-
having to pull up 16 symbols every time I want to upgrade the ice staff.
if you don't know the ice staff by heart, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding. But I agree. I think that there should be that piece of holding. Cold War did really good at it. We just mentioned that earlier. They did a fantastic job at that. And BO4, a lot of the steps would benefit from that.
Solve them. Even the god-awful bird step we were just talking about. If you
If
look out in the gondola in between rounds, it'll tell you exactly where it is.
Really?
Which, yeah.
What the fuck?
Wait, you didn't know that?
No, I thought you just had to like hear it. You know what I mean? Like the
No,
just
no,
listen
no.
for the audio cue. What?
This is why we should redo Easter eggs after launch week, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa, wait. I don't know about after launch. I was doing it after launch week. Maybe after Cold War's bought launch week, then that's more acceptable. But yeah. Back to the hot take. This was a good one. We 100% agree. We literally talked about this earlier. So yeah, 100% great job, expert, with that one. Are we on our? We got two more takes.
Two more.
We'll see what we got here. Mr. Johnny Jr., Mr. Jolts. See what.
Let's see what Johnny Jr.'s cooking up. He says Easter eggs should not be the main focus and point behind a map being good or not. The fact that this is the case pisses me off. Ooh,
Personally.
he's angry. He's an angry boy.
Hey,
It pisses him off because
Oh,
there are so
watch
many
out.
maps that are fun and great, even without doing the Easter egg. Easter egg should only be a side quest and a thing to do for fun, not the main.
I think this is just playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, someone like me, I play zombies for Easter eggs.
Same.
I love all the puzzles. I love all the steps. After, 13 years, I'm a little tired of running in circles. So
It's a great point.
It adds some variety.
And this is the thing you got to give BO4 credit. I'm not a BO4 lover. You know, I'm very in the middle. I think of the two very different perspectives. I'm kind of smack dab in the middle. I think it's got highs and lows. But one thing you got to give BO4, it has the greatest side eggs of any game ever, in my opinion. I think the side eggs, the just the sheer amount of side eggs that are in that game is incredible. Especially, and I hate this map, I hate Dead of the Night. But especially on a map like Dead of the Night where it has all those secret rooms, or a map like 9, or even Blood. So, that's what I think is great, and I think it's just playstyle. If you want to play zombies for high rounds, play it for high rounds. If you want to play for Easter eggs, play for Easter eggs. I don't think you should be worried about other people's opinion and be personally pissed off if you think people like a map because the Easter egg, or don't like a map because Easter egg's bad. So...
I mean, to be fair, you asked for a hot take. This is a hot take.
It is a hot take. Is it a hot take or is it a personal confession? Or I don't know which one it is.
Okay. The Keeper boss fight on Horizon Track is not as good, or is not a good boss fight, excuse me. The fact his insta-kill attack isn't telegraphed to the player during the fight upon the first playthrough is awful game design.
I think it kind of is telegraphed through the gameplay. Is it not? Don't you see him sort of charge up with the lightning coming out from the outside to him?
I mean, you can definitely tell that something's going on, but the game tells you, like, gives you no indication that, hey, if you don't get behind this pillar, you're gonna fucking die.
You're right. You should put up a sign. He should put up a sign of duck for cover. But there's really two things to this boss fight, or to this take. First off, saying the Horizon Track is not a good boss fight. What do you think of that? Do you agree with that?
That's going too far. You can criticize that insta-kill attack, but it is a great boss fight.
100%.
It is.
Especially for its time. I mean, it was like
For
the
sure.
first of its time.
Let's think about it for a second. The boss fight before this is interacting on 4 keepers and shooting the Shadow Man.
It's a minute. It's 1 minute.
The boss fight after Horizon Track is running in a fucking circle for 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes, and you shoot 4 arms.
Yes. How they managed to do this good of a boss fight this early on is kind of impressive.
I think it's the
Like-
best boss fight in BO3. I know Garad Krovi's close, but like, I think DE's got the best boss fight.
I personally like Garage more, but Duraz and Jack's a great boss fight. I can't
Yeah.
get mad at you for thinking it.
No,
No, you know what my favorite boss fight is? Escorting a nuke 100 yards to a giant cross.
That's good. That's a good boss
Gameplay peak.
fight. Peak gameplay.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I love just my boss fight being just a ton of extinction guys just in a room. That's my favorite.
Oh god.
That's my favorite boss fight.
Have you ever done that boss fight?
Beast? Yeah, I have done it. I've done Beast before.
Oh, you
I
poor
literally.
soul. that map is fucking terrible.
It's awful. I did it once. I did it only for Mephistopheles because I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And then that's it. I never touched the map again.
Yeah, after you beat map, there's no reason to go back and ever play the map again.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I appreciate you guys coming out and watching. Like I said, make sure to check out Jolt. He was nice enough to come out here, support the brand, support the channel, be on the series. Jolt, do you have anything to say? Anything to promote before you're out of here?
Like the video.
Like the video.
Most important. Like the dang video.
What the hell? You're 20 minutes in almost. Like the video.
Yeah, what are you doing?
But
Shame
yeah,
on you.
thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, shout out to Jolts once again. And yeah, stay tuned. Go on Twitter if you want to be on the next Hot Takes video. Make sure to follow. You'll see it on there. So thank you all so much for watching. You guys are the absolute best. And I will see you all very, very soon.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.